Hi friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is ASO Tarot, and in today's pick a card reading, we are going to be looking at should you tell this person how you feel? And truthfully, I have no freaking idea if you should. So what we're gonna do today is I'm actually gonna be looking at your feelings, and then if you're able to validate, oh yep, those are my feelings, that's how I feel about this specific person, then we will look at how they would react. That way you can know that the information you are getting you can trust. And then we'll get advice. And at that point, it's up to you to decide what it is you want to do. Tell them or not. At the end of the day, I'm here to help confirm your intuition and confirm the things you're already feeling and give you the confidence you need to follow the direction that works best for you. And that's why it's so important to take what resonates and don't let the rest take from you, because you know your truth better than you do. I'm just a pair of talking hands on YouTube and I'm doing the best I can. But we have 4 piles for you to choose from today. We have pile 1 with this little blue and silver star. We got pile 2 with this red star, pile 3 with this silver star, and pile 4 with this gold star. So go ahead and pause the video if you need to decide which pile you feel most drawn to. It's absolutely okay to be drawn to more than one. Just do what feels right for you. And then once you have found your pile, you can go ahead and scroll down to the description box or the comments section down below, where I will have all the timestamps listed and ready, so then we can get into your reading. I will see you there. Hi there, pile 1. If you guys chose the blue and silver star, this is going to be your reading on should you tell this person how you feel. So these oracles are going to be for you and your feelings for your person, but first we're going to shuffle tarot cards to see how you're feeling. In case you skipped the intro, what I'm going to be doing is I'm not going to tell you if you should. I'm going to show you all the information you need to hear. So first we're going to see how you're feeling so that you can confirm that this is in fact the reading that you're meant to hear, and then we'll see how they'll react, and then we'll get you advice, and then it's up to you from there what you decide to do. So one thing that I noticed with this pile almost immediately actually was that the sun outside got super intense. I had to redo filming the intro because I got distracted and was talking about stupid things, and then I was like, okay, oh, yep, there she is. She's back. Okay, yep, I knew she was meant for your pile. Yeah, Miss Sun, she's been making herself known for this pile. So I don't know if there's a lot of Leo energy, or if you've just been feeling like your sun sign a lot lately, or you've been looking for clarity on things, or you've just been in a better place, or finding the light in some way, shape, or form. But she really just wanted to come out and say hi to pile 1, because I mean, it's really even weird for me to be reading during the day. So quite interesting. But we're just gonna go ahead and start now and see how you are feeling about your person. Well, there's that clarity. Spirit, how's pile 1 feeling about their person? Okay, we have the 9 of Pentacles, the 10 of Swords. Spirit, how's pile 1 feeling about their person? We have Judgment, and on the back of the deck, the Queen of Wands. Okay, so we could definitely have some fire signs here. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We will decent amount of Earth as well, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But let's go ahead and look at your oracles now. So to start, we have Teaching and Learning. We have Door to Value. We have Thief. We also have Fire Mother. I guess she should go over there, shouldn't she? No one is yours but you. Prayer. And Complacency. Okay. So this is a really interesting energy for you to be in, pile 1. One of the biggest things that I'm getting right off the bat is this beautiful independent energy, and it's really an energy of surrender. And kind of what I'm seeing here is that you and this person have definitely been through it. in some way, shape, or form. And I definitely think that there's been a rebirth of some kind, or there's the beginnings of a rebirth. Because there's definitely been phases with this person where it seems like you've really, like, at one point, you've seen highs and lows with them, essentially. You've had points where you're like, wow, like, I can't imagine myself with anyone else. And then you have points where you've been like, wow, why did the universe bring this person into my life? Like, what is going on here? And now you're at this point where you're just like, I don't know how I feel about this person. It's like you do, but you don't, if that makes sense. Because what I'm seeing here is that you have clarity now of why this person is in your life. And it's really beautiful because you're realizing that everything that you were looking for in a partner and a person, you found within yourself. And you've actually done a lot of growing. And from these really difficult times, you've been able to rise above stronger than you were before and truly understand why things had to happen the way they did. And there's definitely an acknowledgement for you and this person that although it hasn't been easy, you've learned the most important things from this person than you have from anyone else. And what's interesting is that I don't even think that, like, it's not like this person sat down and, like, was literally teaching you. It's just that when you had time to reflect and especially remove your feelings from it, because I do feel here that there is a detachment from your feelings for this person, which is interesting. You see the beauty of the connection on a spiritual level. And you've really started to stand in your own power and realize that nobody can make you happier than you. Even though you know that this person might make you really happy and this connection might make you really happy, you're not in the business of dealing with somebody's bullshit. You know, you're in the business of doing what's best for you. It's possible maybe you started a new job, maybe you started a new career, gotten a promotion, anything like that. But you see value in this connection itself, in this person. It's like you can see you in this person being a power couple, or you can see you in this person really creating like a life together, like a 10 of Pentacles energy. Actually, with this 9 of Pentacles, it's like you're really comfortable in your independence and sheds the light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. And it's like, you know, you're starting to recognize now that, one, you don't have to give your heart to everyone. You can be selective. But two, even if you do choose to give your heart to somebody, even if they don't accept it, that doesn't mean it has any bearing on your worth. And so I think you've had this realization of, okay, this connection is obviously something deeper. It's obviously something more spiritual. There's obviously a higher purpose to it. You've gone through the process of separating yourself from your emotions and looking at this situation objectively. And it's a really beautiful energy to be in because you've just been learning how to love yourself. And what's beautiful with this Fire Mother, this is all about a phoenix rising from the ashes. And it's like, you know that no matter what challenges face your way, you'll come back and you'll come stronger. Because I think at one point your worst fear was losing this person. And I think you did lose them. And you realized, oh, I'm still here. I'm still kicking. I'm still breathing, you know? Oh man, where's my jewelry? One sec. Sorry, y'all, I thought something was missing, and then I realized it was my bling. Okay, so anyway, you've realized at this point that you can't wait around for this person forever. You can't wait around for something to happen, because truthfully, what I think is really interesting here is, despite like how much you've gone through with this person, I don't even know if y'all have ever really sat down and talked about the depth of your feelings for one another. I think that there's a big blockage and actually a big fear for you both to talk about your feelings. But I don't even want to say blockage, because it's pretty evident at this point that you've had clarity about all of this. You've reached a higher level of understanding. You are literally like awakening right now. And you're starting to understand, like, well, if I don't do anything, nothing's gonna happen. And I think that you have been doing stuff in your own time. You know, you've been working on your own healing, you've been working on being more confident in yourself, and you've been doing a wonderful job. But you know that this person holds your heart in a way that nobody else does. And I think that you're recognizing now that, like, if you don't make a move, you're gonna be stuck in this limbo. And I think you're realizing that, you know, while this person hasn't really been forthcoming with how they feel, you haven't been either. And I think what's been holding you back in the past is that fear of rejection. But what's not standing in your way now is that you're secure in yourself enough to know that it doesn't matter what happens. Yeah, it might hurt. It might suck, but we're going to see what they say. You just know that you see something special here. And honestly, like, I don't even know what your objective is with this person. Like, I don't know if your feelings are to, like, maybe just open the lines of communication again, maybe to be in more regular communication, maybe to pursue something. Like, it's obvious this person holds a special place in your heart. But I think partially because you don't know where they stand, you haven't even really thought about what it is that you wanted, because you don't want to get set on a certain thing and be disappointed. And I think that's a very fair, like, way to look at things. But I think what you want this person to know is that you do still have feelings for them, and that you do see something special here, and that you do think there's something more here. And I think that actually you've been realizing your self-esteem has been growing in a way that is helping you realize that you're the shit. And, like, even if this person doesn't want that you'll be fine, and somebody better will replace them. So I feel like you're realizing you can't just sit here and wait anymore. You can't just sit and wait and hope. Like, you're ready for, like, you have a lot of clarity on yourself and your worth, but you're ready to get that clarity with them. And so I feel like you've probably been thinking about, like, calling them or talking to them in some way. It's interesting that Judgment is even represented as call within this deck, but yeah, you're definitely aware at this point that you're good. Like you're good, but you really still just want to give this the old college try, because, like, you're recognizing now that maybe you weren't as authentic. Like, neither of you were very authentic about how you were feeling. It's like both of you were in the dark, you know? You were in the dark just as much as this person is, and, like, you're ready to come out into the light and get that clarity, because you know at this point, even if that clarity is, I don't want you, you're like, well, that's all right. Like, I'm doing just fine. And you can move forward and find what's best for you. So I think this is really beautiful energy to start with. So let's see if you told them how you feel. And, like, truthfully, I think that the one thing that you need to do right now is figure out how it is you truly feel about them. Maybe don't think about, like, what it is that they want, but what is it that you want with this person, and be unapologetic about that, and let them know how you feel, and let them know what you want, because we'll see. But at the end of the day, the only thing you're going to get is clarity on what your next move is, on what your next step is. So this is your person's oracles, but we're going to start by shuffling the Rainbow Heart Tarot. I really love the energy that you're in, pile one, truthfully. Like, it is very, like, bad bitch energy. I love it. And it doesn't matter, like, what you identify as. If you pick pile one, you are a certified bad bitch. Like, I feel like it's interesting that the Empress is coming out. And especially in this deck, because, like, this Empress, she's got, like, so many titties. Like, could you imagine trying to find a bra? No wonder she's topless. Like, if I tried to walk into Victoria's Secret, I'd be like, hello, help me. They'd be like, we don't have enough bras. Okay, let's do a couple more shuffly shuffles. And we'll see how your person... Oh, that one wasn't good. Okay, come on. Let's go. Better shuffle, please. You know what's interesting that I've just picked up on is in the amount of time that I have just started shuffling, I have noticed my energy switch from feeling a little unsure of myself, but like secure and solid in what I know, to anxious rambling about titties. So I definitely think that you make your person really, really nervous. So I think this is going to be interesting to see. So Spirit, how would pile one's person, how would they react to pile one telling them how they feel? Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles. Does that want to be? I think, yeah, it wants to be reversed. The Hanged Man upright. Okay, we have the Nine of Cups. How would pile one's person react? We have the Five of Wands. Back of the deck energy is the Sun. Oh my goodness. And we have the Queen of Cups underneath that. That makes a lot of sense. Wow. You're definitely psychically connected with this person. I can tell you that much. There's no doubt about that. But let's look at your oracles now. So to start, we have... This is so cute. Oh my gosh. So we have the Angel of Love. We have Change. We have Priest, facilitates spiritual commitment, serves as a channel of spiritual energy. We have Puppet in reverse. We have Your Light. And finally, we have Abundance and Renewal. This is so insane. Okay. So your person, let's talk about your person and kind of the energy that they're in. They absolutely adore you. Like, it's honestly kind of surprising that you don't recognize this already. And maybe you do know this. Maybe you do know this deep down. But I think like the separation like between you and this person is that it's probably this person who maybe facilitated literal separations in the past or endings. It was probably their actions that created this. And so for them, there is this element of feeling like they don't deserve you. But I feel like if you were really just straight up with this person, they would actually really appreciate it because they would know they're not being manipulated. I think manipulation is a problem that they've dealt with in their past. And there's something really big here about how their self-esteem is revolved around their abundance. And they might find it quite intimidating for like being towards you, or just like being interested in you because you might be more financially well off than they are at this point in time. You might be further along in your career or something like that. But the fact that the King of Pentacles came out reversed so hard and with that abundance, it's definitely showing me that this person hasn't really come forward because they're waiting to find their own solid ground. Because it's almost like they see you as a wish fulfillment, but they fight themselves from moving forward. And in fact, they stop themselves because they don't deem themselves worthy of you, despite how happy you make them. And that is definitely something that needs to be healed within them. But I don't think it's something like problematic, truthfully. I think it's just something that maybe they need that reassurance. But no matter what, it seems like you talking to them might change how they actually feel, because the fact that we have this renewal card here with the root chakra, which, oh my God, I didn't even realize that you guys had the root and the solar plexus. Why did I just forget that? Chakra cards too. Like, you have this person's heart, which is really interesting because it's almost like you guys don't even talk about your feelings. Like, it really seems to be like a very it's just, I just heard two bros chilling in a hot tub 5 feet apart because they're not gay. And like, it doesn't matter like what type of relationship, same sex or not. I feel like it's like both of you guys just respect each other a lot. And so I guess if it is like an LGBTQIA connection, then it's possible that like there's fear about talking about that because the other person doesn't know, you know, what their orientation might be. But like but clearly if you've been involved with this person, like you should know at this point. And so I think more so it's just about like, it's two bros. Like, it doesn't matter what you identify as. Like, your energy is like two bros. And that's a beautiful thing. But I do think it's hard for both of you to be authentic about your feelings. And so it's almost like by you telling this person how you actually feel, it's like divine intervention to them. Like, it would make them so happy. Like, no wonder the sun is coming out, because I think partially they think you're really hot, honestly, and they think you have a lot of competition. And what's interesting is that we have that change, and it's like they have to fight themselves all the time. They have to fight back from doing anything. What's interesting, I noticed we have a lion, we have a tiger, and bears, oh my. But we have a panther and like all these other like cats, like meow, like it's like this person is maybe afraid of like facing maybe some of the things that they did wrong, which is what has kind of stopped them from coming forward. It's kind of like an avoidant energy. But you have such a bright light. And actually, I think I want to read this light card because I think it'll give you more insight into just how special you are. So let's see here. Little light or wildfire, your light is your way to navigate the world around you. We each bring a new perspective into this life. Your light illuminates in a particular way that is unique to you. Remember that it is there for you in the gloomiest nights. Your flame can at least help you find the next door, the next step, or thaw your hands touched by the coldness of the frigid winter air. Oh, this actually is making me tear up because you really have no idea how this person sees you. But it's like, I can't pity them because I know that clearly they've done things to create this problem. And sure, it takes two to tango. But this person is so afraid. And I think that, like, they've never met a person like you before. And truthfully, they don't feel like they're worthy of you. But you've completely changed their perspective and flipped everything that they thought they needed to know, like, on their head. And I think more than anything, it might really change the dynamic of the connection. And I think that one thing that this person needs to realize is that it doesn't matter what they have. It's like there's two perspectives here. And it kind of seems like maybe you're more the glass is half full and they're more the glass is half empty. Maybe you're both the glass is half empty and you're trying to be a glass is half full kind of person. Whatever it may be, it just seems like this person, they would be really happy to hear from you. And they would be really happy to hear what you honestly feel. Because I think they know coming from you at this point, they know it's not manipulation, especially considering all you've been through. And they view you as this, like, angel. They're like, like, how can they, like, see me in this way and still feel about me in this way? Despite everything that's happened, despite everything that's gone down. And it goes back to this priest energy. The connection is spiritual. And that's kind of what this person has to understand, especially from a material perspective, because you don't give a shit about their material wealth. It doesn't serve you. You're a bad bitch. You don't need anybody. Like, yes, you would love to spend their income on your outfits, but you can spend your own. And that's not what love is about to you. You know what I mean? But I think this person would feel like there's a chance for a rebirth, a chance for change, like beautiful change and positivity and moving forward. So I think if you told this person how you really felt, it would make them really happy. And they might struggle to be authentic with you, truthfully, because what this person is struggling with is going back and forth between their conditioning and what they've thought they've believed for so long, and all the insane lessons you've brought them along the way. And so with this Hanged Man here, it's kind of like they're in their cocoon right now, because they're like, they're transforming, they're changing, and they're getting more in tune with their spiritual energy. It's like everything they thought that they needed to be has been flipped upside their head, and it's actually grounding them in a way that they weren't grounded before. So, like, literally just an objective opinion, should you tell this person? I think you should. But that's up to you. Like, this is just me, but we're gonna get you some advice now and kind of see what Spirit wants you to know. So first, we're gonna pull some chakra cards. So Spirit, what advice do you have for pile 1 when it comes to this connection? Okay. Flexibility, Mother Earth, Divine Wisdom. Okay, that's beautiful. So I think Spirit is definitely saying, trust your gut and trust what you know. Because actions lie, words lie, but energy doesn't lie. And at the end of the day, when you feel like you can't really trust what your gut is telling you, ground yourself to the earth. Yoga actually might be helpful as well. Sacral chakra healing might be a thing too that you might want to look into, maybe doing like yoga. But I think what Spirit is really saying here is that because this person is pretty stubborn, I mean, they could be an earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. I almost said Capricorn. Different than Virgus. Typically, you say Virgus. But anyway, this person, like, they just have a lot of fears. And so I think that, like, for you and this person to really be authentic with one another, there's going to need to be flexibility in terms of like giving one another space, but also having open and authentic communication about that and being like, listen, like, I know this isn't something easy for you. I know that this isn't something that you're necessarily used to. I'm not like, I don't want to pressure you or anything like that. It's almost like Spirit just wants you to be open to whatever might happen. Be open-minded and trust what you already know. That's the biggest thing, is trust what you already know. And when you feel like you can't trust that, ground yourself to the earth. Because what's insane is that we have, between the Mother Earth and the Divine Wisdom, we have both the chakra underneath the root chakra and the chakra above the crown chakra. And so, I mean, this is a spiritual connection like no other. And you're definitely two souls having a human experience. And I mean, it's really beautiful, truthfully, but Spirit is definitely saying that you need to be flexible and remember that, because you are a bad bitch and you have expectations, that this person, even though you might see the world in them, they might not view themselves to be on your level, and they might put you on a pedestal. Truthfully, just getting to know your energy, I would probably put you on a pedestal too. I'm just like, holy shit, pile 1, hello. But yeah, I Spirit just wants you to be flexible about it, and just when you feel like you can't get clear answers, like you can't trust what's going on internally and like the wisdom you already know, Spirit wants you to focus on exercise or creative expression that can kind of help you get that angst out, and focus on grounding, because once you get back and you're grounded and centered in the present moment, any intrusive thoughts like that doesn't have as much power as it does otherwise. So I'm going to get some Work Your Light cards now. So Spirit, what other advice do you have for pile 1, please? What other... Okay. So what's interesting is that on the back of the deck and underneath that we have Starseed. I really did get Starseedy energy from you guys. So you and this person might definitely be Starseeds. Oh, and there's a random card over here. Oh my goodness. And look, as the sun just started shining, I picked up that deck and I didn't realize this card was sitting over here. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? And I think that like what you need to do is not be afraid to shine brightly and let that light out. That's what your person like loves about you is your light. The crumbling, what are you clinging on to? Yeah, it's time to stop clinging on to these past ideas. The ever unfolding rose. It's happening for you, not to you. And I think that's what you've realized, is that like all of this stuff is happening for you. And in fact, I think that you and this person share ancestors of a similar culture or something like that. Or maybe not culture, but maybe in like past lives or something like that. Like this is definitely a connection that has spanned over multiple lives and shit like that. So if you haven't seen my past life love reading, you might want to, because like that might give you some answers to something. But there's definitely, you've already broken down so many foundations that weren't serving you already. What's stopping you from breaking down this one? Because the worst thing that happens is that you open up to this person and they're not receptive in the way you want them to be. At least then you can move forward. But as we've seen here, it seems like they will be they might be pretty passive. And I'm not sure how great they're going to be in terms of communicating about it. But they're going to react very positively. I think you just need patience with this person because they do have a lot of fear. And I think that you do too. And so it's kind of just remembering, like, you don't need to cling on to this fear when you see so much light headed your way anyway. Like, you are so much light and your person feels guided by your light. And I think that they want this change too. They're just too afraid to come forward. And truthfully, they feel like they don't deserve you. And yeah, so we're going to get you some final advice. Spirit, what lasting advice do you want to give? Okay. Yep. Engagement. Today, I make the conscious choice to engage with the world in an active way. I'll take a new route and talk to strangers. I will smell flowers and pet dogs and maybe walk around barefoot for a while if I'm not inside a 7-Eleven. Yeah, I wouldn't walk around barefoot in any gas stations if I were you. At the very least, I'll have a day that's slightly more interesting than average, and at most, I'll have a startling epiphany or make a friend who will change my life forever. No pressure. And this is exactly my point. I'll have a startling epiphany or make a friend who will change my life forever. So when you tell this person how you're truly feeling, like, you're going to get the clarity. It's like both of you have just been avoiding the truth for so long, and like you're finally like, I'm tired, like I can't avoid the truth, and you're kind of getting to that point for a reason. Like, you're being cracked open to the point where you just have to share this because you got to keep going on your journey, you know what I mean? Well, let's see what else. Everyone's a teacher. Yes, which you did have that. Everyone I cross paths with is a teacher in that moment. The ones who give me the fun lessons are the ones I call friends. The one who give me the hard lessons I sometimes call assholes. They've chosen a tough job, but someone's got to do it. So today I'm thanking all the assholes. Thank you, assholes, for for playing your part and making me a better person. And that's the thing too. Like, this person could have definitely been an asshole. No, I don't even want to say could. Like, Ten of Swords was up there. They definitely done some shit, and it's taking you some time to heal from that. And so that's just goes to show how evolved you are. The fact that like that can happen and you can separate yourself from those emotions and look at it from a higher perspective and be like, oh yeah, well, you know, I can kind of see why this person did XYZ or how they could have interpreted XYZ. You know, y'all are really due for like an honest conversation about one another. And finally, we have connection. I'm connected to the multitudes and I can access their support at any time. Even a stranger offers a sense of comfort when they smile at me or make a dumb comment about the weather. Everyone is waiting to connect. All I need to do is open myself up and pay attention. Note to self, work on witty banter about weather-related stuff. Well, don't talk to this person about the weather. Like, I'm telling you right now, if there's anything that don't talk to this person about the weather. Even though, like, we were talking about the sun. I'll be mad at you if you talk to this person about the weather. Okay, you can talk to them about the weather for 5 minutes, and then you gotta get into the real stuff. It's like chip chop. I meant to say snip snap, and I said chip chop, chop chop, chip. I don't know, but pile one. I'm gonna leave this reading here. I just wanted to quickly say thank you guys so much to everybody who has been watching my ads. It helps me like you wouldn't believe, and I'm just really grateful for your support in that way. It's the simplest way to support me, and it really means a lot. But with that being said, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Definitely let me know down in the comments what you're gonna do. Is this resonating? Does this sound right? Feel free to give some other pile ones encouragement. I love to see you guys in the comments encouraging each other. It really just makes my soul happy. If you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you left a like, and if you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribed and joined our fun little fam. Thank you guys so much for letting me read your cards. I hope you all enjoyed this reading. I hope you have a wonderful day or night, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye. Hi there, pile 2. If you guys chose the red star, this is going to be your reading on should you tell this person how you feel. So I already have your oracle shuffled. If you skip the intro, I will quickly explain what we are doing. So first I'm going to be looking at your feelings in order to confirm that this is the person that we are actually talking about, and you know that I know what's going on. And well, I need to know what's going on, so I need to see your energy first. And then, because I need to know what you're telling this person. And then we will look at how they would react if you did tell them this. And then I will get advice for you. So we'll essentially get all the information you need, but then it's really up to you guys to take action or no action, because inaction is inaction, towards this connection. So essentially, should you? I don't know. Let's see. Let me see what kinds of advice I can get. So first I'm going to be looking at how you feel about this person. So Spirit, how does pile 2, 5 of Cups, feel about their person? Wow, okay. So we have the 5 of Cups, the Empress. How does pile 2 feel about their person? How does pile 2 feel about their person? Ah, okay. That's too many. I'm taking them back. Must feel all types of ways. Okay, so Spirit, how does pile 2 feel about their person? Okay. Oh, you have the Lovers. And the 4 of Swords. And the King of Pentacles underneath that. Okay. So let's look at your oracles now. To start, we have number 67, physical activity. We have victim and healer of the ages. We also have victim again, dissipating, the all-knower, and make it look like the Knight. So pile 2, this is really interesting. It definitely seems like you haven't been communicating with this person. Primarily because you've been working through your own things. In fact, I get a lot of like masculine energy from this. Doesn't matter what you identify as, but the energy feels masculine. Because how you feel about your person is you literally like love them, like you adore them. And with this Empress card here, you see them as like all that in a bag of chips. Like they are all the queens combined. There's somebody that you could see having a family with. Maybe you already have a family with them. Maybe you have already been with this person and something happened here. Or maybe this connection never got to go off the ground and you're realizing now that this is the person that you actually want to be with, or that this is the right person for you. Because what I can see here with this 5 of Cups is that you're definitely disappointed by how things have transpired between the both of you. And with this Ten of Swords here, I definitely feel like there was an ending of some kind. I'm not sure if both or one of you was involved in this in some way, but it definitely seems like there was a lot of healing that needed to be done. And what it looks like is that one of the things that you have been healing is kind of a victim mentality. In fact, I think that this person has actually helped you stand in your power more. It's like this person inspires you, and they have inspired you to explore yourself more and really try to heal and explore those darker parts of yourself. But I think that's been very uncomfortable for you. You know, maybe you're like a very interestingly, we have like fire energy, Leo energy here, even though the Lovers is technically Gemini. We have this Lion, and we have the Leo sign here and the fire triangle here. But we also have hella Earth again. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. With the Empress, this person could have like a balance, like they could have different elements in their big three or something like that. But what I'm seeing here is that you see this person as like you're everything. And I feel like they either have no idea or only a little bit of an idea, because this person is also intuitive. Because what I'm seeing here, pile 2, is that you are incredibly intuitive. And in fact, I think there's a part of you that knows that this connection could be very, very healing. And I think that's why you're getting to this point where you're like, I need to tell this person how I'm feeling. Because I think you're realizing, first of all, with this dissipating card, this is about the solar plexus chakra, and it's about self-esteem. And I think you're finally realizing that you're more than you think you are, and that deep down, you're worth a lot more. You know, with this victim, prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. I think you're realizing where you've stopped yourself from experiencing life fully out of fear, because you have been hurt in the past, and because you have been in these positions where things seem positive and then they go to shit, or things seem like they're going in a positive direction and then they don't. But the difference is that you've actually been doing the work to start going within. And now I definitely still think you're in this process of healing. And that being said, I should just say that healing is a never-ending, consistent process that just will happen forever and ever and ever. Isn't that awesome? But it's like you and this person feel so much for each other, because let's be real here, this is completely mutual. I can already tell. And so I'm really intrigued to see what's going to come out in their tarot and their cards for how they'll react. But like, you've definitely been keeping them in the dark about how much you adore them and how much you see in them. I think particularly because you might be disappointed about how things happened or what happened. I also want to mention, like, if this sounds like you, if this sounds like, well, it should sound like you. Wait, never, wait, okay, no, what I meant to say was, sorry, Spirit was like talking in my head. If the receptivity, like if the roles sound switched, try a different pile. That's all I want to say about that. If the roles sound switched, try a different pile. Anyway, but if this does sound like you, because it does seem like you've maybe either been like avoiding this person, or not even really like avoiding them, but just you don't really know what to say to them. And maybe you've been like, you might have a lot of like physical desire for them, but it's not a surface level physical desire. And maybe actually one thing that happened between you and this person is that maybe you got physical too early and things got too intense, and then y'all never communicated, and then things just like, it was just like, oh shit. And then miscommunication after miscommunication happened, and it kind of left you guys in this Ten of Swords where like things ended. But I think the commonality is that you know that this person completes you in a way that nobody else has. Like with this Empress here, like you see them as everything. This person is fertile. This person is creative. This person is somebody that you could create with, and somebody that could be very healing. And I feel like you want to tell them that. You want to let them know that you want to be open to them. Because I think here what's really hard for you is that I think you've always protected your heart to not become a victim. But I think you're realizing now that you are almost victimizing yourself by not opening your heart up. It's like you're missing out on very worthy aspects of life because you're afraid of the unknown, because you're afraid of the dark, even though intuitively you know that this person could be very good for you. It's quite interesting. But it's also completely normal because this is different from what we know, from what you understand. And so if you've only had negative relationship experiences, it's understandable that when you get in this position, you're like, shit, like, well, how can I trust that this will go well? Well, truthfully, you can't trust that it'll go well. But you can trust that it'll go the way it's meant to. And you can trust that you'll be okay and that everything will turn out just fine no matter what. And it'll turn out for the highest good. But I think that you know how healing this connection could be, and probably already has, because I think that this has brought a lot more self-love to you because you're realizing how much you already actually know yourself. And I think that you made this person feel like a victim at one point, and you've seen them come out of it. You've seen them rise above it. And it's the most impressive thing ever to you. Or maybe you didn't do it. Maybe somebody else did it. Maybe it was a culmination of factors. Or maybe this person had issues with that as well. But you've seen from afar this person's ability to heal and how quickly they can transform. And you know what the secret is? They gave themselves love. And they worked on their healing. And that's what you've been doing. And so congrats to that. Snaps to that. But I definitely think there's this fear. There's this glass half empty mentality. Like I'm thinking about, the typical 5 of Cups where there's 2 cups in the background and there's 3 that are spilled in front of the figure. And I feel like you're looking at, well, what if I get rejected? Well, what if they don't want me? Well, what if they hate me? Well, what if they do want you? You still got 2 cups behind you, dog. Like you don't know. This person might really be into you. Actually, I think you do know. I think you do know that this person is into you, but you're very afraid of that. And it's almost like you want them to reject you because then it would be much easier than having to open your heart up. and I get it. Like, I understand why this is your mentality. Like, it's understandable. It's a protective mechanism. And I think that for you, intimacy has really been about being physical with other people. But I think you're recognizing that the layers underneath that, it's different. Like, being physical with this person is different than being physical with anyone else, I feel like. And that is something that's really challenging you right now because you're like, I want to be with this person, but I am so afraid. And it's like, you know that this could be something really beautiful. And this could be really healing. But it's like, are you ready to take that step and open up? But you have to remember that you are more than you think you are. You are so much more than you think you are. And you are so much stronger than you think you are. And you've actually done a lot more healing than you realize. And I'm really excited to see how this person feels because I would say that this is probably mutual. I cannot remember what the oracle cards I shuffled were, so we'll see. And I still have to shuffle tarot anyway. But, yeah, so let's get their cards out now. So, okay, so now we're going to see how your person will react if you told them these things. Maybe there's like an apology that you need to give them, or maybe there's just like honesty that just needs to happen. I don't know. I think it'll depend for every pile, but this is the Rainbow Heart Tarot. It is available on Etsy if you're interested. Oh, and this pile is the Good Tarot. It's on Amazon. But this card deck is actually by an indie creator, so I do like hyping those up. I believe her name is Rebecca. I don't know if I can read the last name right. Rosenketter, I believe. But yeah, she's a wonderful artist, and I really love this deck. So if you are interested in this deck, you should definitely check it out. Okay. Okay, so Spirit, how would pile two's person react if pile two told them how they feel? Oh my God. Okay, when this popped out, you know what I heard in my head? Like the Hallelujah song. Like, oh my God. I knew this was mutual. Okay. The Ace of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, the Star. How would pile two's person? Yeah. The Seven of Pentacles. And on the back of the deck, the Six of Swords. Okay, we've got some Aquarius energy here. This is really interesting because it's like the feelings are really deep, but we're so far only talking about... Let's look at the oracles first. So, okay, yes, we have 22, yin yang. We have mentor, passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. We have compassion. We have alchemy. Gifts to the portal. We have perfection. And bittersweet. So, sorry, I like spaced out a second there. Pile two, how would this person react if you told them how you felt? I definitely think the very first thing that I'm getting is that it would take this person a second to internalize everything you're saying. So if you reached out to them, it might take them a second to like respond. But it's almost like they've been waiting for this as well. Like they've been maybe holding back, because with this yin card, this is really receptive energy. This is somebody in their feminine energy. And I feel like this person, whether you realize it or not, has been trying their best to either manifest this type of communication or to invest in this connection in some way. And I think that they've really felt like their investments haven't paid off. Like they think that, you know, the work that they've put into this connection, especially because you were described as being in a Four of Swords energy, is really not doing anything. Because I feel like for them, they're really having a hard time knowing how you feel about them. And with this Star card here, like this gives me Aquarius energy, and I feel like this person is trying really hard to be detached from any outcome, but they have a lot of hope. And it's kind of like they've been holding back because they don't really want to be intrusive or bother you. It's kind of like the vibe that I'm getting. And it's like they've kind of been reserved because I think that this person is also maybe afraid of rejection. But also, it's kind of like they've been having to learn that they're worthy of this stuff as well. But I actually think that this is a really positive sign. Because I think that you and this person like teach each other things, whether you realize it or not. And I think that this person already sees you as somebody that they've learned so much from. And what's interesting is that typically like with this bittersweet card and the Six of Swords, like that might seem like, oh, like it's great that you finally told me how you feel, but I'm ready to move on. But I don't get that vibe at all. I think it's bittersweet because it's taken a lot of time to get here. And like you've had to go through a lot of stuff, or this person has had to go through a lot to get to this point with you. And, you know, maybe this type of communication is like, for this person, it might be scary for them as well to like open up their heart or open themselves up. because I also do think this person has like Virgo energy for sure. Like there's a lot of like perfectionist tendencies here. But I think that like they're learning about how people are mirrors. And so the way that they would react is I think that they would be just very open to hearing from you. And what's interesting is that you might like hold back in how you communicate with them because it's already scary to go out on a limb. And so it might not be everything that this person is wanting to hear, but it's everything that they need to believe that you two can move forward and have this like fresh start and have something solid. Because what I see here is that this person does want something solid with you, and they've kind of been conserving their energy and holding back because they, one, have been making a lot of progress with their healing, and that's one thing that they want you to know. And two, I feel like they've wanted to give you your space, you know? They're being represented by a Four of Pentacles, and you were shown as a Four of Swords. And so it's kind of like you've needed that time away to kind of just figure yourself out and figure everything out. But this person definitely has hope already. And I think that by talking to you, or you talking to them about this, they'll have a lot more hope for this connection. But it might just start out with you two being friends, truthfully. It might not go, well, maybe this is just a platonic connection anyway. But if it's not a platonic connection, I feel like this person has kind of been waiting for this for a long time, and they're ready to like plant these seeds. They might actually, if you live at a distance, they might want to come see you or something like that. Like if you told this person like, hey, like I miss you, like I want to see you, they might be like, okay, like I'm gonna grab my keys, like let's go. Like for some of you, this person might just like hop in the car or something. But they're definitely going to take whatever you have to tell them in a very compassionate manner, and they're going to be receptive to everything that you're saying. In fact, they're going to try their best to be objective. But I feel like this person is really excited because if you were to tell them, let's remember that, because I'm acting like this has already happened. Maybe it has for some of you, and you're just kind of getting confirmation, like maybe this person hasn't like responded yet or something. And I think that's just because they're trying to craft the perfect response. You know, Virgos. Not that every person here is a Virgo, but like I'm just thinking in the context of that. But yeah, I think this person just wants to move to calmer waters, and they're tired of all the obstacles in this connection. And if there's the opportunity to create something beautiful, I think they want to. Like what I've noticed as well is there's a ton of double numbers. We have 22, we have 99, and we have 66. And with the alchemy, like I feel like this person wants to create like gold with you. Like look how similar the star and the alchemy card are. Like I feel like this person wants to like be collaborative with you. They want to work with you. And it's like, yeah, maybe this won't be, and like maybe this person is also kind of afraid because they know that this is something real, and that by communicating these feelings, it's like it becomes realer. It's like they're mourning a part of themselves that they were protecting, like their love center, their heart. But it's kind of like they're waiting for you to reach out, and they want you to reach out is kind of what I'm feeling. But I will say, when it comes to reaching out, you know, don't freak out if they don't respond immediately, because this does seem like the type of person who likes to craft the perfect response. I mean, unless you're telling them like in person, which honestly would probably be better ideally, but like I don't know. Some people do like to be able to think about what they're going to say before they say it, especially with stuff like this. So do it feels right to you. But I definitely feel like with the Seven of Pentacles, you know, maybe some of you, like maybe, you know, I noticed like she's pregnant here. So like maybe for some of you, like you and this person are tied in that way. Like, you know, maybe this person has a baby on the way or something like that, and y'all gotta get your shit figured out. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's definitely a mixed bag in terms of like the semantics of how this will go. But the overarching theme here is that they want to work with you. They want to work with you and do what they can to kind of move this forward into calmer waters, whether that's agreeing to be friends, whether that's agreeing to something more. It's like no matter what, this person wants you in their life. and they have a lot of love for you, but they don't know how you feel about them. And so I feel like this person is just like accepting of whatever it may be because they want you in your life, in their life, no matter what. Like they want you in their life in some capacity. Like that's why they've held on to this connection for so long. And they might be not very forthcoming at first about how they're literally feeling, but they will open up. I feel like maybe it's because they're just very afraid of opening up, but they are more in this receptive energy. But at the same time, they've been holding on to this connection for a long time. So I don't think that it's like unbalanced. I just think that there's just kind of like this energy of like maybe you come in and give them this communication when something shitty happens to them, or maybe you come in and give them this communication at like the most ironic time or something like that. Like maybe somebody else will like ask them for to like start dating, and maybe they want to do that, and then you reach out to them and they're like, shit, you know what I mean? So maybe if you haven't talked to this person in a while, you maybe want to, but this is should you or should you not. But I feel like this person has been waiting for you, and they've been doing a lot of reflection. I don't want to say necessarily like waiting for you like literally, but they haven't let go of the connection at the very least, and they've been really reflecting on it, and they really see you as somebody that they admire and somebody that they want a fresh start with. They want this fresh beginning with, and they'll view that opportunity. They'll view it as like an opportunity for stability. And I think it honestly just depends on like your person, because I do feel like it's going to start slow, but depending on how much you two work together and how forthcoming you two are with one another could determine the progression of this connection, if that makes sense. But when it comes to telling them about your feelings, I think it would really help this person understand where they stand with you, because I don't really think they know, and they kind of analyze the past, wondering where they actually stand. I feel like they know that like you are into them, but they have no idea the depths of how you actually feel. And I think all this person wants more than anything is to just move forward and not deal with the rocky past that might have been between you. But let's go ahead and get you some advice now, pile 2, and see what Spirit wants you to know moving forward. Okay, so Spirit, what advice do you have for pile 2 when it comes to this connection? Spirit, what do you want them to know at this time? So we have I Am Presence, the crown chakra. We have Mother Earth again. That's interesting. Oh my gosh. And on the back of the deck, we have Rebirth. Wow. Okay. So pile 2. Spirit wants you to remember that you are love. And so no matter what happens with this connection, you'll always have that inner love within you. But I think that the more you're present and you don't think about the external factors, what's happened, what could happen, and just what is, and be present and connected to what's going on right now, I think it could be really, really, really beneficial in terms of communicating with this person, because it kind of seems like you both are due for a rebirth of some kind. And what's interesting is that these 2 cards reduce to 3, and 30 reduces to 3. And so I think you just need to remember that you are the shit, and like let this person know what's going on. Because like with Mother Earth, that goes back to making me think of the Empress. And yeah, it's like I just opened up the deck and we have the solar plexus chakra. It's like you just have to have that inner strength to know that no matter what happens, no matter what the outcome is, you have love and you are loved no matter what. This person feels very compassionately towards you, and they have a lot of feelings for you. I think it's just like they just don't know where they stand, and they're kind of just like, what's going to happen? But they're going to be very receptive to you. I think they will probably want to start something fresh here, but without like overtly saying it, because they're slightly afraid. But with all this here, you know, I really think it's possible by being connected to your higher presence, it will help you communicate more authentically with this person. But I think you've been in the process of transformation as well. And so this person is going to be, you and this person are like in your own transformations. And so I think that's kind of what you've needed. Like, you've needed to level up in a certain way. And that's kind of happening now. But Spirit is really saying, you know, grounding and connecting to Earth's presence while also being open to the light above will keep you grounded and clear and help you communicate from an authentic place. And we've seen you've been doing a lot of healing in your heart space. So you're more than capable of expressing yourself in a clear, authentic, and honest way. And I think that you really deserve to do that. So let's get some advice from the Work Your Light cards. Okay, so Spirit, what advice do you have for pile 2 when it comes to this connection? Okay, so first on the back of the deck, we have trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? We also have deep replenishment, retreat, rest, and be held. And I think that's what you've been doing. So you're already halfway there, right? And so when you don't know the answer of what to do, you know, take that time to rest. You know, you might be like working a lot or something to kind of avoid this issue, but I think it would actually give you a much bigger sense of peace to just like nip it in the bud. And Rama, where are you being called to journey to? So yeah, maybe you're gonna want to come and visit this person or something like that. Yeah, it definitely seems like for some of you, there's a distance here. But you might be also just called to journey to your heart and express what's lying in there. We also have Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising. You are the Oracle, which is absolutely right. We've already seen this just in your cards. Your vibration is rising, and that's what's helping you and this person align in order to be energetically like right for one another. You know what I mean? You know how like there's people like you felt blocked from this person before, but like with the vibrations rising, it's helping you. And finally, we have answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? And I feel like your soul has been calling you to call this person. Like this soul has been calling you to talk to this person and tell them how you feel. And so Spirit is saying, answer what your soul wants to do. So if it's not that you want to call them, then don't. Like whatever. If your soul says, I want to like show up at their door with like a gift, do that. I mean, obviously, like not if you have like you shouldn't be watching tarot cards about somebody that you would have a restraining order against anyway. So I shouldn't even have to like say that because that's nuts. Okay. Anyway. Spirit, what final advice do you have for pile 2? Okay. So the first card that we have is options. I am open to the abundant possibilities of my life's path. I'm reminded that I always have unlimited options. Life is a buffet, and I allow myself to choose whatever makes me happiest without limiting thoughts like you can't put mac and cheese on your baked potato. Yeah, like I feel like maybe for some of you, you believe that like you can't have like an actual relationship with somebody that's authentic and honest and still like be true to yourself. And I feel like that's not true. But also, like, you have the option to not pursue this. You have the option to pursue anything. I think, but you might have been shutting this option down because you believe, like, you've been shutting the option of being with this person down because you believe that you're not good enough for them or that they can never forgive you or that they're too good for you. And, like, that's not true. Like, they are an option. Like, they, like, want this, too. And I think they're just, like, as equally afraid. So yeah, just realize that. Also trust. I trust that everything will be okay in the end, partly because I simply know it in my gut, but also because it's way more fun to live with trust and confidence than to be a defensive wiener. I agree. This is wonderful. Yeah, you just have to trust that even if you pour your soul out to this person and they take a dump on it, like, and then they suck and like they weren't meant for you anyway, and now you can spend your time on someone who is worthwhile. But I have it on very good authority that I think it'll turn out okay. And on the back of the deck, we have perseverance. It seems you're on a massive journey right now, and this card has arrived to remind you that you will reach the other side. The mountain you're climbing is huge and formidable, but so is your ability to climb it. You don't need to enjoy it, you just need to tackle it. Complain if it makes the job easier. Blow off steam. You think mountain climbers get to the top of Everest on inspirational quotes? No way. They're grunting, crying, and cursing like freaking pirates. That just doesn't sell a lot of posters. And that's very true. And I think that I think that this connection has persevered so long. Oh my God. Are you kidding? Oh my gosh. Oh, Spirit's wiling. Wonder how that other person's feeling? Ask them. Wish they knew how you were feeling? Tell them. You've just been drafted into the communication army, where there's a strict do ask, do tell policy. Speak with kindness and gentleness and reach an understanding. If you don't, assumption will just make asses of everyone, including the person who came up with that aphorism. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. This is awesome. Thank you, Spirit. Y'all need to enlist in the communication army, okay? Like, you better comment down below and be like, I'm part of the communication army. Like, we're gonna be honest and authentic with our feelings. We're gonna have open throat chakras. Yes. Like, that is what I want for you, my kings and queens. But this is all I have for y'all. So let me know down in the comments, what are you guys gonna do about this? Are you gonna tell this person? Like what's your plan? Feel free to give pile 2 some support. But thank you guys so much for watching this reading all the way through. And I also want to say thank you guys so much for going out of your way to watch my ads. That is the simplest way to support me and my channel. And I am doing this to support myself now. So thank you so much to everybody who does that. It's greatly, greatly appreciated. And I just want to say, like, it helps me more than you know. And yeah. But with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, I would love it if you left a like. If you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribed and joined our ever-growing little fam we have going on here. I think I already said it. God, I'm so bad at intros. I literally forget what I say 10 seconds before I say it. But I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to read your cards. And I hope you will come back and see me again soon. Bye. Hi there, pile 3. If you guys chose the silver star, this is going to be your reading on should you tell this person how you feel. So if you skip the intro, I'm just going to quickly explain how this reading is going to work. So I'm not going to give you a legit, I might end up giving my opinion and say yes or no, but I am going to see how you feel about this person to see what you're actually going to be telling them and shit. And then we are going to be looking at how this person would react if you told them these things. And then we will get some advice for you moving forward so that you can make the best decision for yourself and decide if you should tell this person how you're really feeling or not. So thank you all so much for being here. I'm so grateful to have all of you here today. We're going to start by using the Good Tarot and just see, Spirit, how is pile 3 feeling about this person? How is pile 3 feeling about this person? How is pile 3 feeling about this person? Okay. So to start, we have the King of Cups and we have the Knight of Wands. How is pile 3? Okay. We have the 9 of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles. And on the back of the deck, we have the Page of Wands and Mr. Magician's poking out underneath. Okay, so let's look at your oracles now, too. So we have Effort. We have the Thinking Man in reverse. We have Hero, Heroine. We have Hiding. We have the Weight of Truth. We have Discovery. And we have Trickery. Okay. So this is really interesting because I'm actually getting a multitude of scenarios for this. So for one group, how you're feeling about this person is that you have a really deep depth of emotion for them. And you may not actually show that. It might actually manifest in more of a Knight of Wands way. You might only show how you feel through physical actions or things like that. You're on a journey of personal fulfillment, no matter who this is, no matter who you are or what your situation is. You're on a journey of personal fulfillment. And I think a lot of you are realizing that whoever this person is, there's a truth that has taken you, it's taken you a long time to face. Okay, here's actually what's really interesting. I'm picking up on one energy of somebody who is like still emotionally like unavailable. Like you might be emotionally unavailable or with somebody that's emotionally unavailable, or this might be the biggest energy that I'm getting truthfully is that this is a connection of some kind that has where you've been with this person either for a long time or something like that. Because like one energy that I'm getting is like this could be a connection between like a lot of water energy and a lot of fire energy, and it's like one party is maybe more mature than the other. I feel like if you're asking, you're probably the King of Cups, so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And I think and I would guess that your person is this Knight of Wands. And I think like I feel like you're with this person, if anything. But if you're not with this person, then I think that you're feeling a lot of feelings for them, but you're afraid to act on them. And so you act in a very casual way. So sorry, this is like taking me a second to work out. It's just because the two energies are very powerful, but they're different, and I'm trying to separate them. So I'm going to divide it into two groups. So if you are with this person, then what I would say is that how you're feeling about them is that you feel like you're not getting what you need. With this Five of Pentacles, either maybe you miss them or you feel like they don't really consider your needs. Maybe you feel like they don't match your emotional depths, and that might be really difficult for you because it seems like you shed a lot of tears over this connection, and it seems like you've put a lot of effort into it. And I feel like what you're discovering is that your heart might be tricking you into staying in something that's not really benefiting you, and it's actually stopping you from finding your own happiness. Like what I'm seeing here is like you don't really want to think about this situation objectively because you care about this person a lot. You probably love this person a lot, and you don't want to lose them. But at the same time, I think you're recognizing that maybe you look to this person to be your hero or heroine. And honestly, I'm getting the idea of like heroine in a more of a substance way, and not like literally, but I mean, just in like this person is almost kind of addictive to you. And so because of that, it's really hard for you to let go of them. And like if you've been with this person for a really long time, or you just are with this person, it's hard to think about not being with them. But I feel like one person in this connection puts in a lot more effort than the other one does. And I think that's really hard. And I feel like for this group who is with this person, I think you're recognizing that you have to save yourself. Like I'm hearing like, don't save her, she don't want to be saved. And like, I really feel that. Like it hits really hard. Like I feel like you're recognizing like, you can't keep looking towards other people to make you feel full, to fulfill your wishes. Because the more you do that, the more lack you actually feel. And I think you're hiding this truth, and it's becoming more and more intense, and it's really difficult for you. But we have to talk about the other group. So that's one group, but another group, I feel like the separate group, I feel like it's kind of the flip of what the other group situation is, where you have really strong feelings for this person. I would say if you're in the other group, you're likely not with this person, or it's like casual or friends with benefits. You have a lot of feelings for this person, but you're not really open to sharing them. Like, you have a lot of passion for them, but you might not feel very good about yourself. You might feel like you haven't achieved enough yet, or you don't have enough yet. Like with this Page of Wands and this Knight of Wands, it's almost like you like keeping things more casual and fun because it gives you the room and the freedom to kind of focus on what you want. But I think you're also realizing that nobody compares to this person. And the more you focus on your interpersonal journey, like the more parallels there are between you and this person. And it's really hard because you don't want to tell them how you feel, because you're afraid of how you feel and you're hiding it. But the weight of this truth is like getting heavier and heavier. And I almost feel like you're not even the type of person to cry. And so like maybe you haven't cried about this situation, but it's a painful thing to think about. And so you try your best not to. Like you just don't want to think about it. But I think you might have had this really big, like, grass is greener on the other side mentality. Like, nah, there's something better out there. There's something better out there. And, like, try to, like, get this person out of your mind. But I think your heart always goes back to this person. And you think your heart is tricking you when actually it's something you should be trusting. You know, with this discovery, I think there's a lot you could learn about trusting your heart. It's almost like you and this person are two very powerful individuals. And you're on a journey for self-empowerment, and that's kind of why you're aligning at this point. It's almost like Spirit wants you to look at like a new direction or new possibilities, because these feelings aren't going anywhere, and there's a lot of depth to them. We have a lot of water and fire, so Aries, Leo, Sag, and Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But what I'm seeing here is that if you're in the group where you're with this person, it's the opposite energy, where you wanted this person to kind of sweep you off your feet and be there for you. And maybe they did in the beginning, but now you kind of realize that they don't have the maturity or the desire to put in the same amount of effort that you're putting in. Like with this 13 here, it's really unbalanced. It's like you're putting 3 times the amount of effort in as this person is. Like you're being represented as a king and they're being represented as a knight and a page. And so I feel like how you're feeling about them is like something needs to change here, and I don't know what. And part of you is really afraid to have this conversation because I don't think you want to let go of this person. But I do think you also know that you need to keep moving forward. So you're in this energy of like trying to figure out like, what the hell do I do? Because it's not easy. It's not easy at all, and it's really hard for you to know what to trust. Like you might just overthink about this all the time. And on the flip side, it's like this person, it feels like to you that they don't even think about you at all or anything like that. Now, I don't know if that's necessarily true, but when it comes to how this person would react to you telling them about how you feel, well, we'll see. But it's like you're afraid to even approach the topic because you're so afraid of letting go of this person that you're like worried you won't be okay if they're gone. But you've already started this journey towards personal empowerment. So you're starting to realize that you need to save yourself and that you need to focus on you. But you're not necessarily sure how you're going to express this and tell them that. And then, like I said, on the flip side, it could be literally the opposite, where you're really interested in somebody, but you're really afraid of opening yourself up to deeper feelings, of opening yourself up to something beyond physical. Maybe you escape this connection by getting into like physical connections with other people just to distract yourself is like kind of one thing that I'm hearing. But let's go ahead and see how this person would react, because those were the two energies that I was picking up on that this could possibly be. So if you are one of them, this is definitely the reading for you. But what we are going to do now is look at how your person will react. So once again, I'll probably have to go through two different scenarios, and I'll be sure to specify them. But I am using the Rainbow Heart Tarot in order to look at how they would react, and we have their oracles out here already. But this pile definitely has a really heavy energy to it, and I definitely think that no matter what camp you fall into, this is not an easy situation to be in. And I can like already feel your heart racing more. Like now that like, assuming you're still watching this, it resonates. So you're like really nervous to see how this person is actually feeling about you. And I understand, or how they will react to you saying this, and I understand, but I think it'll all be okay. But we'll see in about like 10 seconds. So okay, yeah, I just like need to take a deep breath. Like, whew, you need to take a deep breath. Okay, pause this and like take like 3 deep breaths for me, please. Like, you need it. Okay, Spirit, how would pile 3's person react if pile 3 told them how they truly felt? Okay, so we have the 3 of Cups and we have the 6 of Cups. We have the Knight of Cups. Wow. Okay. Tea. We have the Page of Swords. And on the back of the deck, we have the 2 of Swords. And underneath that, the Fool. So I'm noting that. Okay, so let's look at the oracles now. To start, we have caring connections. We have individuality. We have the Fool. We have the Hold. Justice. And finally, we have abundance and wisdom. Okay. So it's interesting because the energy coming from you is so heavy. But I think this person would actually feel a lot lighter if you had this conversation. Because this person clearly cares about you a lot. And maybe you being authentic with them and telling them how you truly feel, it'll actually give them the freedom to do the same thing. Because I think if there's one thing about you and this person, it's that you both appreciate your individuality. I definitely feel like part of the reason maybe this person hasn't been super receptive to you, at least recently, is because maybe they're going through something, or maybe they're just having a tough time. But I think this person also knows, like, one thing that makes them kind of afraid of this connection is that in order to make like a decision, they have to end something else. And I don't even mean that being like an end, like for example, if you're in the group that is you want to tell this person how you feel like you're not with them, which, let me say to the other group, stick around, because like this is actually pretty positive. If you're in this group where you're talking to this person, whatever, and you want to tell them how you truly feel, I think it would make them really happy. I think they have these feelings towards you as well. You could be soulmates of some kind with the 6 of Cups here. They feel really sweetly towards you. And in fact, I think that they've been wanting to talk to you. It's just that they don't know how. And maybe they are worried that you don't reciprocate those feelings. Maybe they think that you're more interested in just having casual connections, because they clearly have deeper feelings for you than they're letting on. And I feel like in their heart, they've always just been trying to do what's best for the highest good of all. And they may not know how to respond quite yet, but I think that's only because they don't know how to put these intense feelings into words. But they definitely have an abundance of feeling towards you. Like, they care about you a lot, and it's like they really want to tell you how they feel, because like they honestly haven't been doing that great, but they don't really know how to explain that. It's like you and this person, like even if you're with this person, it's like you guys have a really hard time communicating from an authentic place. And one thing I want to say is that if this connection is really important to you, I would really highly recommend going to like counseling or something with this person. I think that could really help you and this person communicate better, because I think that's maybe one of the hardest things, is that maybe you have different communication styles or maybe different love languages. So if you are with this person and you feel like things aren't working out, if you want to end things, I think they're gonna want to fight for this connection. I don't know how they're gonna feel about that. I think they're gonna want to prove to you that they can do better, and they're gonna want to prove to you that they can do more. But one thing that they need you to do is to tell them how to do it, because they don't know how. And they are kind of awkward when it comes to talking about their emotions. They're not very good at it. And so they might have all this depth of feeling, but it's very hard for them to explain that. And I think that this person also really values their independence. And so I think one thing that they're probably going to communicate to you is that they do need their independence, but they don't want you to feel neglected either. But what's interesting is that if this is like a casual connection, if you're in that group where you have deeper feelings, but you two haven't talked about them, this person might actually finally feel safe enough to tell you how they feel if you tell them how you feel. But I think what makes this person afraid is opening themselves up to somebody that they truly care about, because this person does value their individuality. We could have some life path 11s here, but I think you make them really happy, and they feel really strongly about you. So I think that if you admitted their feelings for them, they would absolutely be reciprocated. And maybe it won't come out in the most lovey-dovey way, but I think it's just because this person overthinks a lot. Like, they're probably going to overthink how they respond to you, but I think intuitively they know that they feel something really special for you. And actually, with you giving them this information, it will help them feel safe enough to be more authentic with you. And also, it will give them clarity in their heart of what they're doing. It's like, it feels like you two are like walking around eggshells around each other, and like are afraid to reveal these emotions, but they're already there. Like, this person has a lot of emotion for you. Like, they see you not only as a friend, but as like something more than that. They have romantic feelings, and like they want, like, especially if you're with this person, they so badly want to get this to a place where it's happy again, because they do have such strong feelings for you. And it's really interesting because we do have this Page of Swords and this Two of Swords, but I think there's probably going to be a need to understand that on this person's end, they do overthink a lot, and they might have other priorities that they have to focus on. Like, for some, I feel like this Page of Swords might be like a child, or for some of you, that they have to focus on. But there's so much love here. And I'd say if you're with this person, there's absolutely hope that y'all can get this turned around. But I think it requires authentic communication. And if you're just talking to this person, I think that if you admitted your feelings, they would feel like vindicated. Like they would be like, yes, like I knew I wasn't the only one that felt this way. Because it's almost like you guys are two ones. Like maybe you both are life path ones, or one's like a life path 1 and a life path like 11 or something. I don't know. But it definitely seems like this person hasn't told you how they felt, because it's like they have all these deep emotions, and then when they try to like verbalize them, it's just like, I like your shirt. Like they don't really know how to like get a bit deeper. And with this crab, I kind of noticed Cancer energy here. So I feel like maybe this person is really protective over the connection, and they're like, I would rather have them as a friend or just have them in my life than tell them how I feel and lose them. It's like they definitely overthink. So I think that if you were honest with them, it would really help them be honest with you in turn, because it does kind of seem like they've been in this process of like grieving. For some of you, this person could have lost somebody or something like that, or they're just kind of in a darker place right now. And I feel like they do need to be able to share this with somebody. Or if you're in that darker place, they want to be able to be there for you because they care about you a lot. Like they want justice in this situation. Like they want a balanced connection, you know, Libra energy. Like they want a balanced partnership, and they want you both to feel loved and honored and have a lot of fun. I think for some of you, it's just that like the one thing that you have to overcome is this just fear of intimacy, like actual intimacy. And for others, it might be that you need to hit the reset button and like really truly decide what it is that you want from this connection, because it's obvious that both of you really care about each other. And especially if you're with this person, it just kind of seems like there's been some like problematic stuff in the past that it's like you both kind of need to work through. But you know, with this abundance card, this isn't the first time this abundance card has popped out in this reading. And what I'm really called to notice, like, is like there's like one person here has the glass half empty mentality, and the other has the glass half full. And so Spirit is really saying, like, you know, depending on the person, like if they're a half empty kind of person, you might want to be really like encouraging and assuring about how you go about this. But if they're a glass half full person, then telling them about this will be easier than you realize. Or maybe they juggle between those two things. But I think that this person has learned a lot, and I think that they're tired of holding back. It's like you guys have been in this limbo stage for far too long, and they're just ready to move forward, whether that's alone or together. And I think that honestly, you both need to just have this conversation. Like I would say yeah, because clearly this is something weighing on you a lot, and I think it weighs on your person too. And I think it's hard because your person struggles with like their own individual freedom and discovering themselves, and also how they feel about you. And so I think what they're trying to work through right now is how to find a healthy balance. Like if you're with this person, they're definitely trying to figure out or they need to figure out how to have a healthy balance, because maybe they're neglecting you and not even really realizing it, you know what I mean? But on the other hand, if this is somebody that you have feelings for and you just haven't told them yet, like the feelings are 110,000,000% reciprocated. It's just that they have a really bad way of showing it. And they really hold themselves back when it comes to expressing themselves because they overthink and they allow themselves to get in their head. So yeah, this person could definitely have air in their chart, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. But we have tons more water here as well. So it kind of seems like this person will be receptive to whatever you have to say. But let's get you some advice, pile 3, in terms of what to do, just so that whether you tell them or not, at least you can get some guidance. So Spirit, what advice do you have for pile 3 when it comes to this connection? Advice. Okay. So I'm going to take this card right here. I'm going to take what's on the back of the deck. So we have the third eye chakra, clarity. We have inspiration. That's the second 11. And on the back of the deck, we have soul healing. So yeah, Spirit is saying that there definitely needs to be healing between the two of you. And maybe that's healing that you two are ready to do together. Or maybe that is healing that needs to occur individually so that you two can become closer. But I think Spirit is saying the most important thing that you need right now is just clarity on where this person is at and what they want. Because for some of you, it's like they could have these really deep romantic feelings, but maybe they're afraid of like growing up or afraid of really settling down. But I feel like Spirit is asking you to not give up hope and to focus on the things that inspire you and focus on the things that make you happy. Because if you don't know how to word what you want to tell this person yet, I actually think that focusing on your creative endeavors could really help you. But there's a level of soul healing that needs to happen here in order to feel like you're actually... Well, this healing could be together, so I don't want to say that it has to be alone or separate or anything like that, but I think just continuing to focus on your healing, because you've already been heading in that direction, but just to continue to. And maybe as part of your healing is learning how to express what's in your soul so that you can keep, moving forward. But we're going to get some more advice. Okay. So, Spirit. Okay. Both? Okay. What advice do you have for pile 3, please? Okay, so to start, we have Warrior Woman. Have you answered your deepest calling? We have Trust the Niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? That is also known as your intuition. So I feel like you kind of already know what you want to do. You want to tell this person how you really feel. We also have Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. And on the back of the deck, you're already doing it. Stop overthinking and keep facing your true north. Yeah, you've already wanted to tell this person all this stuff. And I think it's actually going to help you moving forward to do that. So I'm not going to lie. Like, it totally seemed like this reading was heading in a direction of like, oh, maybe you and this person are like ready to part ways, or oh, maybe you and this person are like just not ready to open up or something. But I definitely would say there's hope for this connection here, for sure. But I think it depends on how authentic you can both be and how receptive you are to changing this. And honestly, for some of you, this might be like a platonic connection, or even for some of you, I'm getting like the specific message that like this might be like an ex that you've been on and off with for a really long time. And I think maybe just having this like authentic communication, like maybe you both just need to end on good terms and like move forward and then revisit it in the future if this is something. Like, it just kind of seems like there's things that you need to follow and there's things that this person needs to follow, but that doesn't mean that you two can't be together. But it does mean that like you and this person need to be more authentic and work on healing the things that create struggles between you, because there's clearly a fear of like addressing this person and telling them how you actually feel. But yeah, with the ex thing, I feel like is really specific. Which is why it came at the end of the reading, because it definitely just seems like it shouldn't even really matter like what type of connection this is anyway, like even if it is an ex, like, because for a lot of you, like this could be an ex where you're trying again, but I think it's just knowing what's right for you and trusting your intuition and just trusting what's right for you, because like at the end of the day, you are the only person that can truly like take care of yourself and make yourself happy, you know what I mean? So we're gonna get some advice now. Spirit, of which we have already been doing, but we're gonna get more. Spirit, what other advice do you have for pile 3? What other advice do you have for pile 3, please? Okay. So to start, we have ultimate potential. I choose to live a life of my fullest potential, and I trust that this will draw me towards experiences and people that support my growth and accomplishment. Tuning into this frequency, I now reach higher heights than I ever thought possible. Knowing that's an option, why would I have ever tuned into anything else? I'm looking at you, smooth jazz and talk radio. Yeah, this is pretty much, this card just worded exactly what I was trying to tell you in a much better way. So yeah, it's like sometimes you wonder if this person wants to match your potential, or like if you're like outgrowing them or something. And I think it shouldn't really matter. Like either they can or they can't, but no matter what, you deserve to follow what's right for you, you know? We also have peacefulness. I have a peaceful, tranquil, and untroubled heart. This is where I choose to spend my time. I can bring guests, but any person, thought, or event that brings drama or chaos is not invited. My heart is a special property, and I'm going to keep it that way so we can all keep enjoying it and I can get my security deposit back. Yeah, this is definitely what you deserve. And I think that that's what this person wants as well. It's like you both are just deep in your thoughts about this, but like, or trying to avoid your thoughts about this, but nobody really wants to like sit down and be like, hey, we need to address this. But I think it could really help because you both want peace here. I think that's more than anything, that's what you two want. And on the back of the deck, we have personal growth. As I move toward greater consciousness, I feel old thoughts and habits fall away like training wheels on a bike. They help me get to where I am, but now that I can ride, I don't need those slow, crummy wheels, except when I'm making bike analogies. Yeah, so I think that this is real. Like, you've been doing a lot of personal growth, and you're realizing that it's time to head into this next phase, whether it's a rebirth of a connection you already have with someone or establishing a more solid connection with somebody that you have either been on and off with or been or only been like casual with because you're afraid of your feelings. There's a lot of different opportunities here, but at the end of the day, you won't know until you say something. So pile 3, I am going to leave your reading here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and also thank you guys so much to everybody who takes the time to watch my ads. That is the simplest and easiest way to support me, and I genuinely appreciate that exchange of energy and the support of me and my channel. But if you guys enjoyed this video and it resonated, definitely let me know in the comments. I feel like there's always one pile where it's like the situations are so split and I'm like just trying to jump in between all of them. So I hope I did all of them justice. I'm sorry if you got confused. I tried my best. But yeah, meditation and like getting clarity with like meditation and shit should help too, is just one thing that Spirit told me. But definitely let me know down in the comments how it resonates, and feel free to support any other pile 3s. Let me know what's up. Are you going to tell this person, or are you just going to keep moving about your life? If you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you left a like. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribed and click that little bell button to be notified anytime I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much for being here and for letting me read your cards. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye. Hi there, pile 4. If you guys chose this gold star, this is going to be your reading on should you tell this person how you feel. If you skip the intro, I will just quickly go over what I said there. I'm not going to give you a straight answer unless I see a straight answer, but essentially the point of this reading is to, one, like what I'm going to do first is see how you're feeling about this person to confirm that this is your reading, and also that I know what's going on, and then we'll see how your person would react to you saying that, and then we'll get advice so that you can make a decision and see if this is a move you want to make or not. Okay, so I am going to be using the Good Tarot first to see how you feel about this person. Thank you guys so much for being here. I am so grateful to have all of you here and to read for all of you. So let's just go ahead and see. Spirit, how does pile 4's person, how do they feel about pile 4? Okay, I'm gonna take the top card, this Knight of Pentacles, and then I'm gonna leave the rest. I guess I'm gonna leave that face down? No, I'm not. I just have poop for brains. Okay, Spirit, how does pile 4's person, how do they feel about pile 4? Oh, we have the Tower. Thinking of Lord of the Rings for some reason. I've never seen Lord of the Rings. I'm reading it right now, but I low-key haven't like touched a page in a week or so, because I just, why read when TV exists? Doesn't make me sound very good. Okay. Okay, so we also have the Three of Pentacles, and on the back of the deck we have Justice. Interesting. So we got some Libra energy. Hello to my Libras. We also have meow meow. We have Earth. I was about to say Cancer, and I was like, what the hell? Like, why I do this thing, which this isn't important, but like I just say the names of things that are wrong sometimes. Like I know that Cancer is a water sign, but I'll just say air because like it just sounds right to me in the moment. But I meant Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Okay, let's look at your oracles now. So to start, we have love, partnership. We have the second chakra, Archangel Ariel. We have slave. We also have self-worth, instinct, fear that the light will bring judgment, and visions. Okay. Wow. So how I'm feeling is like you definitely haven't told this person how you felt yet. And you're like, no shit, buddy. That's why I'm at this reading. And I'm like, touche. But what I can see here is that like you definitely want to like be with this person. I mean, the fact that we have justice here and love, partnership, and the second chakra, Archangel Ariel, I mean, it really goes to show that you have a lot of desire for this person. And I actually think that you've been doing a lot of sacral chakra healing, whether you realize it or not. It just seems like your relationship towards expression and sexuality is like deepening in some way, or you're just feeling more confident in expressing yourself. Like, because with this self-worth card here, I really do feel like you're finally starting to see your worth and how awesome you are. And what's interesting is that I think you're finally starting to see what this person sees in you. I can't say that for sure until we go into what's in their cards, but it really does seem like you're realizing that it doesn't matter what they think, because you know that you're worthy of this type of connection, like a partnership, being with somebody. And you know that you're like worthy of this person, or you're realizing that you're worthy of this person. You're a very hard worker, pile 4. I mean, the fact that we have the 3 of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles here, it really seems like you're solid and stable. And you might not feel that way, but I feel like when it comes to things outside of your romantic relationships, you are really stable. And if anything, you've been really stable in like not making any changes towards your love life in quite a long time. And I think you're ready for that to change. With this Tower here, it's like, I think you're looking at this person, whoever they are, pile 4, as somebody that you would be willing to start a new foundation with, somebody that you would be willing to completely change your life for, in like a scary way. Like, well, I don't mean literally scary, but it's just scary to you because maybe you haven't been in a relationship in a long time, or if at all. But it definitely seems like you feel like you're ready for change between the two of you. And I think that change is to be in a committed partnership, because I think you're realizing that you can't really escape this connection. You know, with slave, it's surrendering to your power of choice in the divine with complete trust. But I also think you've been in this passive energy where you just visualized being with this person all the time. And I think you've done that for a very long time. It's just that you always saw them as fantasies because you didn't believe that you were worthy of this person. But now that you're starting to be more confident in yourself and realizing that you're the shit, you're realizing that you can be worthy of this person. And if they don't see that, that's on them. And what's interesting is that we also have the crown chakra here with instinct. And I feel like you've maybe always prided yourself on being independent, on being alone, and not having to need anybody, unless like maybe like if you're a family oriented person, like maybe you have like close siblings or something like that, but like outside of that, you don't really trust anyone, you know what I mean? Like you have a very tight-knit pack. But I feel like with this, it's like something about this connection to you is almost instinctual, and it's like maybe you've run away from it for a really long time because you're afraid of like a partnership, you're afraid of like changing things, you're afraid of building something with somebody. I think partially because you're very invested in your career and you want to focus time to that. But I think you're realizing that something's missing, and I think what's missing is like either this person or love in general. Like you're doing a great job at loving yourself and like focusing on that self-love, even if you can't do it every single day. But it definitely seems like you're afraid to like tell this person how you feel because you're afraid that they won't feel the same. And that's understandable, especially because if you tell them and they don't feel the same, then you lose those fantasies of you and this person being together. But I want to counteract that with, if this person doesn't want to be together, is it worth it fantasizing about something that you can't have when you could be like actively trying to find someone who makes a better reality? Because like, that's something. But I also think that this person has motivated you to work harder in life. And I feel like you're confused because you're realizing that you want this like love connection, but at the same time, you're like so afraid of it. You're like, am I really ready for that? Can I really like give this person justice? Can I be what this person needs? And I feel really called to say that like, it doesn't matter what anyone else needs. By being yourself, you will attract the right person into your life. And I think because you've been doing so much healing, you're realizing that you do want some type of love partnership. You have a lot of desire for this person. And I think that this is like the one person you actually want to be with. Like you see it all the time. Maybe like you see synchronicities, things like that, and you're like, I'm ready to make it official. I'm ready to be with this person, or at least begin the process of seeing if we can get to that spot. If it's not like, if you don't want to get cuffed tomorrow or something, like at least you want to like open up a dialogue about potentially heading in that direction. But I definitely do think that you're afraid, like if you tell them the truth, they might judge you or reject you, but you're starting to realize that that doesn't matter. But I also think one of the things you're afraid of is how the people around you might take it, how they might view you. And I just want to say, why does that matter? Because if this person makes you happy and their feelings are reciprocated, we'll get there. Nobody else's opinion should matter, because what goes down between you and this person is your business. And anyone else outside of it, they don't truly understand what you have unless they can see it for themselves. And people change and people grow. And the thing that made you happy a year ago might not be the thing that brings you fulfillment now, you know? That's the process of growth. Like because like I feel like intuitively you want to go after this, but you're really, really afraid to put yourself out there, or you're really afraid to open yourself up to commitment. No matter what it is though, you can't escape this connection. And so you're like, well shit, I'm gonna have to do something because I can't take this insanity anymore. Like you probably feel like you're going insane, and it's probably taken you a really long time to get to this point. Like with this Knight of Pentacles, it's like you knew you would reach this conclusion eventually, but it's like it's taken you a hot sec. You know what I mean? Like it really has, like it's been a ride, let's just say. And like maybe you didn't understand why this person was so special, or like why you felt this way about this person, but it's like abundantly clear now that like clearly there's something worthwhile in this person. And honestly, you don't even have to know this person for very long. Like for some of you, I'm definitely sensing that there's like history here, and it's like this is a situation where it's like shoulda, woulda, coulda, like should have happened, right person, wrong time. But for others, I can definitely see this being a newer connection, where someone has really come in and just like, you just know there's something more there. But no matter what the case, I would definitely say that if this is your pile, you're feeling like you want to turn one into two. Like you want to date this person. You want to see where things go. You want to collaborate with them. But really, more than anything, you have a lot of desire for them, and you want to explore the possibility of a partnership with them because you want a balanced connection. And I think that's something that you're realizing, like the foundations that you're on right now, they're fine, but you're not as fulfilled. Like you feel like this connection is not really going anywhere in terms of like trying to pretend like it doesn't exist. You know what I mean? But I think with all this sacral chakra healing you've done, and here's the thing, when I say sacral chakra healing, that doesn't mean that you have been deliberately healing your sacral chakra. But like the point is that you've been taking actions that have in turn helped heal it. And that's what's making you realize you're ready for this. which doesn't shock me that this is all surrounded in blue, because I feel like you're ready to communicate that you're ready for a relationship, but you're very afraid to. But you're starting to realize that you're worth it, and that no matter what the outcome is, you have to follow your gut, because your gut keeps falling back to this person. Your gut keeps coming back to this person. So you're like, I gotta figure this out. So let's see how this person will react, because it's pretty clear how you feel. Let's see how they feel. So let me just switch up all these cards here. Don't need all of them in the picture. Okay. So I'm going to be using, I'll move this guy. Got your person's oracles. I don't know why I'm talking like this. It's just honestly kind of fun. And at this point, I might as well do it until I stop shuffling. But I'm going to stop now, because I also recognize how freaking cringy it is when I'm like, oh yeah, like, because, you know, like, I'm alone in here. I know it's like easy to forget that, but like, I might as well just be by myself, just saying stupid shit, because that's like kind of what I do anyway. But gotta remember, there are strangers watching me, hearing my cringy accents. Okay. So let's give her one more good shuffle, and we will see. That one was mediocre. So I did say we're gonna do one good shuffle, and I am a woman of my word. God damn it. Okay. Okay, one more time, otherwise I'll scream. One more good shuffle. Please, Spirit. Please. I just want one. Damn it. Okay, come on. Yes, okay, see? You know, perseverance. It's important, kids. I mean, adults. There are no kids watching me. It's all adults. Anyway. Okay. Spirit, how would pile 4's person react if pile 4 told them how they felt? Okay. Well, the Queen of Swords flipped over, but she didn't pop out. So I'm going to... Should I take it, Spirit? I'm going to leave it out, but I'm putting it off to the side. Because there seems to be like a yes but attached to this Queen of Swords. So, Spirit, how would pile 4's person... Wheel of Fortune. How would pile 4's person react if pile 4... 8 of Swords. Okay. How would pile 4's person react if pile 4 told them how they felt? Okay, so we have the World, the Empress, Temperance, and on the back of the deck, the 10 of Wands. Huh, okay, no, this is actually really interesting. Y'all definitely are getting the most cards for this, because there's a lot of layers to this. Onions have layers. Oh gosh, okay. So we also have Journey. We have Healing. We have Liberator. We also have Forgiveness and Growth. We also have Dream Travel and Can't Be Caught. Can you guys see those? Okay, no, let me put that here. Okay. I'll cover up the star. It doesn't really need to be there. Okay. Make sure you guys can see. All right, that's good. So, I think you telling this person how you feel could actually be really healing. Because here's the vibe that I'm getting. Because this kind of shows a progression. And these 3 cards kind of show their perspective. Because I have to be completely honest, this person feels very similarly to how you do. And whatever has been going on between you two, it's really opened their heart up again. If you have history with this person, I wouldn't be shocked if you see them as a Queen of Swords, just because they might act particularly like cold towards you. Not that Queen of Swords are cold, like air signs are awesome, but I just feel like this person has been very detached from you ever since something went down, because they haven't known what moves to make. They've kind of just been waiting for the wheel to turn and for things to change and cycles to close and to allow things to happen naturally. They've been patient and like trying to not hold on to the burden of this connection, but it's an overbearing burden. So if you told this person how you felt, I think that they would 100% reciprocate and feel the same way. In fact, if you live at a distance from this person, I feel like they would literally like come and see you at the drop of a hat, or like they'll be like, yep, ready. I'm ready to take this journey with somebody else. I'm ready to begin the process of healing with somebody else. It might take some time. Like with Temperance here, this person is like, yes, I feel the same way, but I need to do X, Y, Z, or like, I want to take this slow. Like they might want to take it really slow at first, allow things to happen naturally, maybe start as friends and see where it goes, because it does seem like there's healing that needs to happen between you two. Maybe you can take them bra shopping. You might have a hard time finding something, but better yet, why don't you fucking make something, commission it? Why am I talking about this? This is just me joking anyway. But I think that this person, like if there's shit that's gone down between you, it's really going to be healing for the both of you to talk about this and to talk about that growth, because I feel like this person has to like keep moving forward, because if they stagnate, then all they do is like think about you or think about this connection or think about the past, and they've been working their ass off to heal. And I feel like this person sees you in a very high regard. And so I feel like a lot of people have tried to cuff this person recently, and they keep like being like, nope, 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 I'm good. Like, because it's almost like with you, because they know you exist and because they have these feelings for you, it's like they don't want to be with anyone else. And they're cool if you don't want to be with them, which like obviously you do, but they just don't want to settle for anything less. I think you make this person feel really good about themselves. And I think one thing that they really want to do is travel with you. Like this conversation could spark like, oh, let's go on a vacation together. Like let's do something like exciting together. Because I feel like this person low-key like is already coming and seeing you in your dreams, and like you vice versa to them, maybe for like a really long time for some of you. I mean, the third eye chakra is indicated here, as well as the heart chakra, so there's definitely like a psychic connection going on here. But I feel like this person maybe hasn't come forward because they just believe that they'll be rejected, or they're afraid, and they've already been doing so much healing on their own that they like the burden of like it being rejected again or like getting hurt is just too much for them. And so they're kind of in this passive position, and they kind of just want to take things slowly and see how they grow. But I think that by being upfront with this person, it could really be, oh my God, I'm hearing like, this is the start of something new. Yeah, they would love to close out this cycle between you two right now and start something fresh and just see where it goes. Like, they want to, I feel like you two are waiting for the opportunity to kind of see how you both work as a unit and see what the journey between you two might look like. It's like they're tired of carrying the weight of the world on just their shoulders. And in a way, they feel kind of trapped because they don't really care about anyone the way they care about you. But at the same time, it's like they don't want to like push themselves onto you, or they don't want to put themselves out there and get rejected. They might be really afraid. But I think by you opening up to them, it would liberate them to feel like they can be open too, and will actually help them grow in terms of their heart and realize, oh, like, I can be honest about this. Like, oh, we can move on from the past. Or like, maybe this person needs to forgive themselves for things that like they did to push you away, or maybe there needs to be forgiveness on both sides for things. Whatever it is, it really does seem like this person is really willing to give this a shot. Like, their biggest enemy is definitely their brain. They definitely overthink things. And so I think that they know that they have strong feelings for you, and they might shoot themselves in the foot or stab themselves in the heart with their own logic and like hold it back because they don't really want to admit how they feel. But as time goes on, they just realize like they continue to heal, they continue to grow, and I think they just understand that like this isn't an everyday connection, and the way that you make them feel is really significant. And I feel like they want to create something new with you. They want to create the potential for a new life is kind of like what I'm seeing. And I definitely think that like if you've been dating this person, if you ask them if they want to be together, like they're definitely going to say yes. Like they might be afraid, it might take them a sec, but they're definitely like, it does seem like that. But overall, I feel like having an honest conversation with this person about how you're feeling could really be healing for them and help them understand how far they've come along on their own healing journey, and how, you know, maybe they're ready to heal with another person, or at the very least, they're ready to be authentic about how they're actually feeling. Travel's definitely involved here in some way. Yeah, I feel like this person is tired of taking this journey alone. Like they wanna see where it could go. But the biggest thing being like stress to me is that they want to go slow. They just want to go slow, and they just want to see where things go, and not like dive into something and get way over your heads or anything like that. Like they just want to take things slow and see what happens, you know? 66, 6 is the number of unconditional love, and I think like you both have those types of feelings for one another, and like this could be really healing for the both of you, and just giving each other the space in the room to be open. I think it could be something really beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and get you some advice, pile 4, because the answer seems to be pretty straightforward. And honestly, I'm kind of shocked you haven't told this person how you feel yet. But I mean, based on like seeing your energy, I can understand why. But I'm also just like, come on, you know that this person, like, you know that they have feelings for you. Like, come on. Okay. So, Spirit, what advice do you have for pile 4? I'm going to take this one, abundance, and then I'm going to... the root chakra. Oh my god. Okay, so can you just like give me like one, please, instead of half the deck? What advice do you have for pile 4, Spirit? Wow. Okay, this Mother Earth card loves coming out. Okay, and listening. So if you have a hard time understanding what it is that you want to tell this person, or what it is that you truly want, or how it is that you truly feel, grounding is really going to help you, and sitting in meditation and actually listening. I also think that inner child healing, so when it comes to inner child healing, that truthfully, like in terms of giving advice, I mean, it's going to be different for everybody. But when it comes to this, I think that there's a childlike aspect to this connection, and that's one thing that you guys really enjoy. I think just doing things that makes your inner child really happy. And also, as I noticed, that reduces to 8. And I think that if you worked on doing things that you loved as a child, or like just explored things not for monetary gain, but just to fill up that like self-love, Spirit's kind of saying that self-love will help generate like monetary revenue as well. And with this Mother Earth card, Spirit's really asking you to ground to the earth and feel Mother Earth's love. Because when you feel the love of the earth, and like literally you just got to do it in meditation. It's really not that hard. Literally like just sit on the ground, or just sit somewhere and literally visualize like roots coming out of your feet, and like, or your ass, or like however you're sitting. And just visualize them growing and like going deep into the earth till they get to the core. And then picture taking that light, that earth's light, which I usually picture as being like red, like up through those roots, and then feel it like come into you, and like that grounding earth energy, and then be open to the light, and then you get the light, the divine source light, and then you just got both of those, and you're working with them, and then it's easier, like, I don't know, it's easier to meditate and shit, at least for me. But just remember, you're here to have an earthly experience, and that at the end of the day, everything will be okay. Just listen to what your heart wants, you know, that 24 reduces to 6. And focus on healing that inner child, because I think it'll help all of this go full circle. But with that abundance card, you know, I think that this abundance is a lot less about material wealth and a lot more about recognizing that there's an abundance of love just around you, and there's abundance of opportunities around you, and that if you stay truly present in the moment and listen to what you actually want, there's an abundance of opportunities to go after this. But we're gonna get some more advice now. Which I did just see Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? But Spirit, what advice do you have for pile 4 when it comes to this connection? What advice, pile 4, when it comes to this connection? So to start, we have unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Yeah, with that, closing out that cycle. Oh my gosh, and we also have trust your path. If you knew you'd be supported, what would you do? These cards have come out. I'm very interested to see how these resonate, because like there's a lot of like connections between the piles. So if you felt it drawn to any other pile, you might want to watch it. Could be cross watching, or it could be something else. Oh my god, are you serious? All 3 of these cards came out in another pile. I can't even remember which one, because like I'm tired of shit. But like, yeah. Okay, what's on the back of the deck? Oh, hell yeah. Pleiades. I'm probably not saying that right. Double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. So you and this person could be Pleiadian star seeds, or maybe one or both of you is like an empath or something like that. But it definitely seems like you and this person have been on a journey of some kind, and you're recognizing that you both have special missions to fulfill, and like the possibility of fulfilling them together is really huge. And it's like the thing that's been holding you back from doing it with this person is that you've had other things that you've needed to release, and like things that you've needed to do. But Spirit's saying to trust your path towards this person, because if not this person, it will lead you to the right person. And with this trust the niggle, it's literally like trusting your gut and what it wants to tell you. And look at that. Your guidance is divinely guided, Akasha. So the Spirit is really saying you can trust what you're being called to do. I'm feeling called to pull one more card. See, I'm trusting what I'm feeling called to do, because I feel called to pull y'all another card. The crumbling. What are you clinging on to? Yeah, it's like you're ready to release this cycle, like to release this past cycle and just let go of these burdens. And Spirit's definitely encouraging that. Like what are you still clinging to that's no longer serving you? Let's get that out so you can keep moving forward. But finally, Spirit, what other advice? Okay, that one. What other advice do you have for pile 4, please, Spirit? What other advice do you have? Okay, that's too many. What other advice do you have for pile 4, please, Spirit? Okay, I'm taking those. So let's start with Sanctuary. Good for you. It seems you've earned some time away from the chaos of life. It could be as small as a bubble bath or as big as a trip. Ha! Huh! Okay, love that, because I talked about that. Or a normal-sized trip to a tiny bubble bath. Or maybe you tripped and fell in someone's bath. Whatever it is, it's waiting for you with open arms. Just pick your favorite sanctuary and unplug for a bit, especially if a bath is involved. Which, like, I have to agree, because, like, that's one of my favorite things to do. Like, I'm a bath bitch. Like, I'm like, any problem, I'm like, I need a bath. Like, anything, like, I just exist, and I'm like, I need a bath. So, yeah, if y'all don't take baths, what's wrong with you? Like, that shit's good. But yeah, anything that makes you feel good, I feel like that's a way to get connected with the earth. That's a way to get present, and that's a way to get connected with your truth. Like, the chaos of life is really what slows you down from being in tune with like what your soul and shit is like trying to tell you. So I definitely think like, also think maybe this person is a kind of sanctuary for you, and maybe you both are too afraid to like be open to that, like, and open yourselves up for that. So let's see what else. Options. I'm open to the abundant possibilities of my life's path, and I am reminded that I always have unlimited options. Life is a buffet, and I allow myself to choose whatever makes me happiest without limiting thoughts like you can't put mac and cheese on your baked potato. Yeah. So, I think Spirit is saying, you know, this doesn't have to be an ultimatum. Exploring this doesn't have to be an ultimatum, but it is an option, and you have to deem yourself worthy of it at the very least in order to pursue it. Aw, finally we have love. Love is a many splendored thing. Today I will notice and appreciate at least 3 of those splendors, like the fact that puppies make me feel like a parent, or the surge of self-congratulation when I sink a 3-point trash basket shot on the first try. Holy shit, that was hard to say. 3-point trash basket shot on the first try. Or how about the chills I get while singing along to Name of Song, You Know the One. That might be anything for you. Pick a song, put her in there. But yeah, so pile 4. I think I'm gonna leave this reading here. Thank you guys so much for watching all the way through if you did, and thank you guys so much for watching my ads. I can definitely notice a difference, like that you guys have been watching my ads, and I just want to say thank you so much, because that's literally like the easiest way to support me and my channel, and like it's totally free to you, just costs like a minute of your time. Literally, like you can just, even if you don't like the ad, like I don't know if I can control the ads. I'm gonna look into that, because like I have heard of people getting like certain ads where I'm like, I don't want those types of people advertising on my channel. So I will like look into that, but yeah, like just put that shit on mute and like scroll on your phone for a sec, or like write down the shit that you're thinking about. Like it helps me a lot. And so I just want to say thank you to whoever does. If you don't, it's no biggie. That's fine. I understand. Time is money. Like I get it, but I just want to say thank you very much, and that I am very grateful to everybody who does. But with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you left a like. If you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribed and clicked that little bell notification to be notified anytime I upload a new reading. Thank you guys so much for letting me read your cards. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye!